I just turned 28 years old, close to 30, but I have learned a lot over those years, and especially in the last 5 years, my life did a complete 180. So what I want to do today is something a little bit different and just share 28 lessons that I have learned in 28 years. If we have not met already, hi, my name is Carys. I'm a real estate broker here in South Florida, and if you enjoy all things real estate, social media, and self-development, then you will enjoy this channel. So make sure you subscribe and stick around. All right, if you want to learn 28 lessons that I have learned that cover mindset, business, health, all that good stuff, then keep on watching. Okay, let's dive right in. Number one is act as if you already are. The thing is that when you are picturing this highest version of you, the best version of you, you have to show up like you're already that person. When I first started posting on social media and making these videos, I was doing it as if I already had 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 on TikTok. I was acting like I was already that person. Now, this can go in many different ways in your business, in your lifestyle, even with business. If you are a new real estate agent, because I know there's a lot of realtors that watch my channel, if you act like you are right now and you're new and you're nervous and you are portraying that, it's gonna show up and you're not gonna build up into this character of who you want to be. But if you act as if you already are that top producing realtor, you know your stuff, you show up with confidence, you have good communication, you are gonna get there a lot more quickly. So act as if you already are. Number two, stressing doesn't help anything. This is something that took me a while to learn because I was a very stressed out person. However, it doesn't solve anything. If something happens, you just need to figure out what the solution is to it, because it is not gonna get fixed by you worrying and having anxiety and just constantly stressing out. Figure out how you're able to solve the problem, which may be something your business, it could be relationally, it could be, you know, in just your general life. Stressing is not gonna solve it, so sit down, figure out how the best solution is gonna be that you can make out of it, and then do it. Now, for me as a woman of faith, if I am stressed out, it means I am not trusting in God's plan. That is what I had to learn. That was the lesson right there. For me to be stressed out, then that's me not trusting in Him and what He's got planned and what He's doing. So if you are someone of faith, then this takes the weight off of your shoulders to just know that He's got your back and He's not worried about it. You're covered. So worrying does not add an hour to your life. So it is not worth it. Learn how to manage your stress and it will literally change your life. Number three, do not sacrifice on your health. The inside of your body is just as important as the outside of your body. As someone who is very focused on health and fitness, when I get consumed in business and working, I often sacrifice my health. Now, this is not necessarily the fitness part of it, because I've always been someone who's loved to work out. However, I noticed that I would eat healthy, but I wouldn't necessarily eat clean. So having, you know, meats and vegetables and things like that, but I wasn't sourcing it from good places. So something that I've learned as a lesson is that unfortunately in this country, in the world, a lot of the foods that we eat are not necessarily good for us. They contain things that are not good for us. So learning to prioritize when I'm eating to eat clean as well as healthy. So instead of just getting this beef that's, you know, lowest in fat, I'm getting grass-fed beef. Instead of just getting these eggs, oh, cage-free, well, no, you want pasture-raised eggs. So learning that the inside needs to be prioritized as well as the outside with like your fitness and things like that. The fourth lesson I learned is that consistency compounds. Now, this is something that goes into every different part of your life, But whether it's good or it's bad, it's going to build up. It's going to be in your daily habit. So spend time to look at your daily life and figure out what is it that is compounding, because whether it's good or it's bad for you, it's building up and it's in those habits. So analyze that and figure out what bad habits can you remove and what good habits can you put into your life that will help that compound to becoming that best version of yourself. The fifth lesson learned is there is a plan for everything. There's a thing called the burnt toast theory, which is where you are going and you're making your toast for breakfast and it burns. So you have to take it out and you have to make a new piece of toast. Now, what you think would be something that's annoying, you're frustrated because you burned your toast. However, what it did was it was planned out already. You never know. That toast, if that would have been right the first one around, you left the house and there could have been a car accident that you then missed because your toast was burned. So I think this is a great thing about knowing that everything is already planned for you. Being a woman of faith, I believe it's God's plan, but whether you believe in something else, just know that it is all happening in the right timing. Number 6, protect your energy wisely. When I was growing up, I really wanted to be in the big group of friends and I wanted to, have a lot of people in my life and things. But then I realized that not everyone is good to be around. I think that it's really important that when you are growing up, throughout your entire life, to protect your energy and protect your time. Now, it doesn't mean being mean to anyone, doesn't mean being rude to anyone, but learning the value of your time and learning the value of your energy, because oftentimes you can be hanging around with someone and you could leave that situation and you will feel drained. You want to really protect that and be around people who fill your cup. Be around people who you leave and you feel energized and enthused after spending time with them. So protect your energy very wisely. Number 7, it's okay to say no. I think this leads very well off the last point, in the sense of if there are people that are going and doing things, it's a social event, it's whatever, it's okay to say no to certain things. You need to protect your time. I believe that when you are building yourself up and growing into this person that you want to become, that highest version of you, what you have been called to be, that sometimes you have to make sacrifices. Sometimes it's okay to say no because you're building and you're working on yourself and you're protecting what you are trying to build. Number 8, always take the stairs when you can. If there is a way to take the stairs, instead of taking the elevator, instead of taking the escalator, take the stairs. It's a small win. It improves your health. It's good for you. But if you have the opportunity, take the stairs. Number 9, it is more blessed to give than it is to receive. This is something that obviously when we're growing up, we want to receive the presents and we want, as a kid, like it's Christmas and you want your presents from your parents and Santa and everything else. And growing up, I feel like that is what we have to train ourselves out of and realize that it is more blessed to give to other people, whether it be your time, whether it be your value, your information, it could be money, it could be whatever it is. It does feel better giving than it does to receive. 10, you can build a business around something that you enjoy. I think this is very controversial in a lot of different ways, whether it be in specific businesses, whether for my realtors in that with lead generation and you've got to do all these hard things. Yes, I believe that you do need to do hard things. However, you can create your business, your calling of what it is you're doing with your life in a more enjoyable way, doing something that you enjoy. For example, with real estate, I almost quit after the first couple of years because I did not want to do cold calls and door knocking anymore. However, what I did was I learned to leverage social media and now I enjoy that piece of it. I get to enjoy making videos. So look at whatever it is that you're doing for work and figure out how you're able to get more fun into it, get more enjoyment into it, so you can actually enjoy what you're spending most of your life doing. The 11th lesson I've learned is that embracing change will take you far. Change is always happening. The world is always evolving. Businesses are always changing and implementing different things. And if you are able to adapt and evolve, it's going to take you very far in life. Number 12, It was not a failure, it was an experiment. I heard that phrase a couple of years ago and I love it because it makes you realize that when you are trying something new and you're putting yourself out there, if it doesn't work out, it is okay. It was just an experiment. If you ever heard the phrase, do it for the plot, it's just like that. You are able to try new things and test new things. If it doesn't work out, you don't enjoy doing something, it was just an experiment. It's okay. And I think that understanding that, it takes a lot of the pressure off. The 13th lesson I have learned is asking yourself what you can learn from a certain situation. I think that when we go through storms in our life and we have hurdles and things we've got to get through, we often ask why. Why am I going through this? Why is this happening to me? But the thing is that there is a reason for it. Like we talked about, everything's already planned, but it's being able to ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Is there something that I need to change what I'm doing? Is there something that I could do better? 14 is changing the I have to into I get to. This perspective will change your life because it's taking the things that we may take for granted, the things that just seem mundane and ordinary and we don't really want to do, and instead putting it in a way of, I get to do this. This helps a lot of people when it comes into the fitness piece of it. Instead of saying, oh, I have to go and work out today, it's instead changing that switch into, I get to go and work out. I get to move my body. I have the ability to exercise today. A thing that we often take for granted. And so having that switch in your mindset will take things that maybe we don't want to do, we don't feel like doing, and changing it more into I should not take this for granted and I get to do this. The 15th lesson I have learned is habit stack everything. If you don't know what habit stacking is, it's from the book called Atomic Habits, where basically when we're trying to implement a new habit, we want to stack that on something that we already do. So over the years, I've learned to habit stack all these different things in my daily routine that it made me be able to master the art of discipline so much more. An example of something that I do is that I wanted to start learning Spanish more. My family live in Spain, so I wanted to be able to speak better Spanish. And so what I do is I habit stack that with my walk in the morning. I do 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. And in my morning walk, I have to listen to some sort of video on coaching Spanish, teaching Spanish, listening to audio, kind of videos and everything about that on my morning walk. Habit stacking, amazing. 16, you can't be anxious and grateful at the same time. Feelings of anxiety is feelings of uncertainty. It's worry about something that's gonna happen in the future, even though most times it never happens anyway. When we are grateful and we show gratitude for where we are and the things that we have, it helps you become more grounded. It helps you become more present. And so if you are someone who has anxious feelings, focus on switching that into a gratitude mindset. On the spot, if you can feel yourself kind of getting those feelings and building that up, stop and write some things down that you're grateful for, or sit and close your eyes and think about what you are grateful for in your life, and it will most of the times help you bring that back down. Number 17 is when in doubt, pray it out. Now, as a woman of faith, this is something that I've always gone to throughout my walk with God, is that He is there to listen to you, to hear you, and to help take care of you, right? He's our unconditional love and mercy and grace. If you have time to worry about things, you have time to pray about it. And honestly, a lot of the times when we are verbally saying it in our prayers, it actually can help give you clarity in itself. So know that is always something that you can lean on and that you can go to no matter what the situation is. The 18th lesson I have learned is value your time. Your time is the most important asset, is the most valuable asset that you have. And you need to value it as such. If you are not protective of your time, if you spend it here, there, everywhere, you're pulled in different directions, you're hanging out with everybody, you are not valuing what your most precious asset is. And so learning where you spend your time, being disciplined with your schedule, it will help shape and build you up into the person that you want to be, because it is valuable. Make sure you value your own time. Make sure you protect your time, because it's an asset that you need to make sure that you're putting it in the right places. Number 19, act as if the activity you are doing is the last time that you are doing it. This helps a lot of mundane tasks that you're doing become a lot more fun. It's kind of like the vibe of romanticizing your life. For me, going and taking the dog outside for a walk, if I act like it's the last time that I'm ever going to get to do that, it's going to be a whole different experience. You will be able to look at the things, whether it be picking up the phone and making the phone call, whether it be knocking on somebody's door, whether it be going and sitting at your office job, whatever it is you're doing, if you act as if that's the last time that you're ever going to do it, the energy is just completely different. Your vibe, the conversations that you have with people, they are completely different. They're on a different level. Think about that. The next time that you're doing just mundane things, cooking in the kitchen, doing your laundry, what if this was the last time I was ever going to get to do this? And you will notice that shift will be completely different. The 20th lesson that I have learned in 28 years is that the days will be long, but the years will go by fast. I got chills when I said that. We have to embrace every phase that we are in. My life did a complete 180, like I said, in the last 5 years, and that can be a story for another day. However, over the years, it's gone by quickly, and I am nowhere near where I want to get to in life. Not in a way that I'm trying to chase away time or anything else. I just believe that God has called me to be something bigger than I am right now. I think that we should never think that we've peaked in life, because God has called us for doing amazing things. And so I just think it's important though to stop and be present. And you know, our days may be long, but time, it goes by quick. And so embrace the present moment, embrace what's going on, and embrace every phase. There's a phrase of, you could be going into a storm, you could be in a storm right now, or you could be coming out of one. But look at it in the sense of, what can I learn from it? How can I build on this? And just embrace where you're at in this present moment, still while you're still continuing to build to become the person that you want to be. 21, walking will give you incredible mental clarity. If you are ever stuck, go for a walk. If you are ever tired, drink some water and go for a walk. If you need ideas and you just feel like you're blocked in your head, go for a walk. Walking will just allow you to just clear your head. It will open up your mental space, and it can spark with whatever it is that you need by just being outside. Don't be cooped up, don't be staying in, don't get inside your head, just get outside and walk. And it will often help you find solutions to the problems that you're having. 22, cut out anything that does not align with your morals, your values, and your standards. This is something that can take time, but it's something that I've really learned how to do over the last couple of years that has helped me build into a space that I am very thankful to be in. The more you're able to know yourself and know what you stand for, it's going to help you be able to look at the things in your life and decide whether you need to stay in that situation or whether you should move, no matter what that be in any aspect of your life. It could be a relationship, it could be toxic friends, whatever it is. What doesn't align with you and your values, remove yourself. The 23rd lesson I've learned is that you should never settle for less than what God has called you for. When my life was at its lowest, I believed that's all that it was for me. I believed that that was it. And it was not. My life has just blossomed over the last 5 years. And it's something that one day I will share about, you know, all of that stuff. However, it's important to know that if you are feeling like you're deserving of more and that He has more that He wants out of you, then step into that, lean into that, because you shouldn't just settle for things in your life. You are called to do great things. He says that. So if you're able to look at certain aspects of your life right now and say, am I settling? Am I settling for what this is right now? And it's not being ungrateful for it. It's not taking things for granted, but it's pushing yourself to get out of your comfort zone in certain aspects of your life so you can step into what God has called you for. 24, people will sacrifice their health to make money and then will use their money to build back their health. This happens all the time. It's happened to people that I know personally. People spend so much time when they are working and they're grinding that they sacrifice the things that are keeping them well and keeping them healthy. And then when they make X amount of money, then their health is trash and they need to spend all the money to build that back up again. Don't do that. Your body is the only place that you have to live in this lifetime. So take the time to take care of it, nurture it, exercise, move, feed it with good stuff so that you are able to actually have longevity in your life as well as making the money that you want to. 25, comparison is the thief of joy. This is something that I think is very drastic when it comes to social media. Our brains aren't supposed to absorb that much information and stimulation that we will look at other people's lives, look at what they're doing, and it can be hard not to compare. But the thing you need to remember is that what you're seeing is the highlight reel. Those pictures, the things the videos are showing, they want to show you that stuff. They're choosing to show you that stuff, but you don't know what is behind that front, whatever that is. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So whether you need to detox your social media and remove certain people that you're following, or whether you need to just spend more time on building up yourself, building up your own confidence in who you are, I've struggled with it along the way a lot. And so if it's something that you need to work on though, just take the time to do so. 26, nothing changes if nothing changes. We often will look at the things that we are doing and we'll continue doing the same thing and wonder why we're not getting a different result. That is the definition of insanity. If there is something in your life, no matter what aspect of your life you want to change, you want to evolve, you want to build, if you're doing the same things that got you to where you are today, you need to do something different, whether it be health, fitness, business, family, relationships, friends. If you're doing the same thing, it's not going to change. So nothing changes if nothing changes. Look at what it is, figure out what you need to do to make a difference and actually impact where you want to be in the future. 27, ask yourself what your 80-year-old self would say if they were watching you today. This is actually something that I've had on my affirmations page that I read every single morning. Now, no matter what age you are right now, if your 80-year-old self looked back at the way you were treating yourself, at the way you were talking to yourself, at the things that you were doing, would they be happy at what you were doing? Would they be cheering you on? Or would they be feeling sad for the things that you're saying when you're looking in the mirror to yourself? Would they be upset at the fact that you're wasting time doing things that you aren't supposed to be? What would your 80-year-old self say to you with what you are doing in your day? Because we want to make our 80-year-old selves proud of everything we're doing. The 28th lesson I have learned in 28 years is to not take for granted what I have right now and where I am right now. What I have in my life right now and where I am is things that I used to pray for. It's things that I used to strive. It's things I used to have on my vision boards. However, there are places and spaces that I want to go to and build to and grow into being the person that I believe God's called me to be. However, it is so important to be present and to be thankful and grateful for everything that you have right now. It's so easy to slip into the phase of, well, I've got to keep going because I'm not here yet. And then we often look over the certain things that we have right now to be thankful and grateful for. So it's really just a key thing. I think is honestly the most important thing is to just be grateful, show gratitude for all the things that you have, all the things that you've achieved, all the things that you have built and where you are and what you're doing, because it's easy to slip up into the negative mindset of you're not where you want to be yet. I think that's one of the most important ones really of them all. All right, that is all that I have for this video today. Drop down below. I would like to know which one out of those 28 do you feel like gave the most revelation for you, or something that maybe you need to switch in your mindset. Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear that. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.